Hello guys, welcome to our channel YNR Daily Signal. This channel is specially created for all the young and the restless fans out there. Here you'll get daily updates, the latest spoilers, episode breakdowns, shocking twists, character analysis and exciting predictions about upcoming storylines. If you're a true YNR fan, make sure to subscribe and stay connected with us for fast and reliable updates from Genoa City. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to YNR Daily Signal, your daily source for everything the young and the restless. Genoa City has seen its share of chaos, but for Nick and Sharon, the storm clouds refuse to part. Just when they think they've survived the worst, another crisis looms, one that threatens not only their family stability but Nick's already fragile state of mind. Nick has been unraveling for weeks. The betrayal still burns Phyllis, and Billy seizing control of the company that once belonged to his family was a humiliation he never saw coming. It felt like a calculated strike, not just against Newman Enterprises, but against him personally. As if that wasn't enough, the pressure of protecting Sharon and the kids while navigating Victor's latest power play has left him stretched thin. Sharma has noticed the cracks widening, the angry outbursts, the sleepless nights, the way his hands sometimes tremble when he thinks no one is watching. Noah has noticed too. The empty pain pill bottle Sharma found wasn't just a red flag, it was a siren. And when Nick thought he was alone and reached for something far more dangerous to steady himself, it confirmed their worst fears. He isn't just stressed, he's spiraling. But Genoa City never allows one crisis at a time. Victor's latest move has sent shockwaves through multiple families. In a bold and ruthless maneuver, he spirited Lily and her twins away, holding them in a hidden location as leverage against Kane. Victor insists Lily agreed to it, that she understood it was necessary to force Kane's hand and restore order. But the longer she remains out of contact, the harder it becomes to believe she is willingly participating in this game. Kane's desperation is growing. He wants his family back and he wants this nightmare over. He even went so far as to ask Daniel to intervene with Phyllis, hoping she might return Victor's company to end the standoff. Daniel knew better. Convincing his mother to surrender power, especially power she fought to steal, would be nearly impossible. And yet, something shifted. Phyllis, who abruptly vanished from town, has returned, and she's furious. Not at Victor, not at Billy, but at her own son. The exact details of what transpired while she was gone remain murky, but it's clear she feels betrayed. To Phyllis, loyalty is everything, at least when it serves her. And Daniel may have crossed a line she cannot forgive. Her anger burns hot and loud, filling every room she enters. She rants about betrayal, about being undermined, about people failing to understand her vision. But beneath the fury lies something more dangerous: desperation. Phyllis doesn't just want control, she needs it. Without it, she feels exposed. Meanwhile, Devon and Nate are done waiting. Lily is family, and Victor's assurances no longer hold weight. When a lead surfaces about her possible whereabouts, they don't hesitate. Telling Abby they're heading out to investigate, they take matters into their own hands. If Victor thinks he can manipulate everyone without consequence, he may have underestimated how far Lily's loved ones are willing to go. And then comes the news that shakes even the strongest among them. Victor has resurfaced, and he isn't alone in making headlines. Matt Clark is free. The name alone is enough to chill the room. Old wounds rip open instantly. Matt's history with the Newmans is dark, twisted, and deeply personal. His release is not a coincidence. In Genoa City, nothing ever is. For Nick, this is gasoline on an already raging fire. The stress of corporate betrayal, his father's manipulative tactics, Lily's disappearance, and now the return of a dangerous enemy. It's too much. Sharon sees it in his eyes when he hears the news. The flicker of panic, the forced calm that doesn't quite hold. She wants to reach him, to pull him back before he falls further. But Nick has always carried his burdens alone, convinced he can outlast any storm. This time though, the storm is inside him. Noah watches his father closely, torn between anger and fear. He is old enough to recognize addiction when he sees it. He is also old enough to know that denial can destroy a family faster than any outside threat. As Matt Clark's freedom sends ripples through Genoa City, the tension becomes unbearable. Victor's machinations grow more complex. Phyllis's fury intensifies. Devon and Nate move closer to uncovering the truth about Lily's location. And through it all, Nick teeters on the edge. The Newman family has survived enemies, betrayals, kidnappings, and scandals. But the greatest threat may not be Matt Clark or Victor's schemes. It may be Nick's own demons, and if he doesn't face them soon, the next tragedy won't come from the outside. It will come from within. Matt Clark's release doesn't just rattle Nick, it reawakens memories he spent years trying to bury. The sense of violation, the fury, the helplessness of watching someone threaten his family and walk away breathing. He tells himself he's stronger now, wiser. But trauma doesn't disappear just because time passes, it waits. Victor's message is brief and maddeningly vague. Matt is out. Be careful, no explanation, no reassurance. Just another bomb dropped into Nick's already unstable world. Sharon immediately goes into protective mode, tightening security, checking in on the kids, trying to create some sense of control. Nick, however, reacts differently. His jaw tightens. His eyes harden. The old Newman pride flares up, dangerous and combustible. Instead of leaning on Sharon, he distances himself. Late night drives, secretive phone calls, moments where he disappears into his office and locks the door. Sharon confronts him gently at first, then more firmly. He insists he has everything under control. He always does. But control is an illusion. Across town, Phyllis doubles down on her vendetta. She's convinced that everyone, Daniel included, is underestimating her. She frames her anger as strength, her refusal to forgive as principle. Yet those closest to her can see the cracks. Her disappearance wasn't random. Something happened, something shook her confidence. And now she is lashing out before anyone can question her authority again. Billy, meanwhile, begins to realize that partnering with Phyllis may have been a deal with the devil. What started as a calculated business move is spiraling into something messier. She is unpredictable, volatile, and when she turns that volatility toward him during a heated strategy meeting, he gets a glimpse of just how far she is willing to go to keep power in her hands. Devon and Nate's search for Lily grows more urgent when their lead points them toward a remote property tied to one of Victor's shell companies. The possibility that Lily and the twins are being kept somewhere against their will hardens their resolve. Abby tries to stay optimistic, clinging to the hope that Victor wouldn't truly endanger his own grandchildren. But doubt creeps in. What if this time Victor has gone too far? As the investigation progresses, tension mounts. Every unanswered call, every closed gate, every sign that someone was there recently but is now gone adds to the fear. Devon refuses to back down. If Victor wants a war, he may get one. Back at home, Sharon finally confronts Nick with what she's found, a small bag hidden where he thought no one would look. The conversation that follows is raw and painful. He denies it at first, then deflects, then explodes. He accuses her of not understanding the pressure he's under, of not knowing what it feels like to carry the Newman name while everything collapses around him. Sharon doesn't back down. She reminds him that strength isn't about pretending you're invincible. It's about admitting when you need help. The words hang between them, heavy with history. They've rebuilt their relationship once before. They both know how fragile it can be. Nick's silence says more than any denial could, and somewhere out there, Matt Clark is watching. Waiting, whether he plans to strike immediately or simply enjoys the chaos his freedom has caused, no one knows. But his presence alone is enough to destabilize the fragile balance of power in Genoa City. As alliances shift and secrets threaten to explode, one truth becomes painfully clear: every family is standing on a fault line. Victor believes he is orchestrating events with precision. Phyllis believes she is reclaiming her dominance. Devon believes he can rescue Lily before real damage is done. Sharon believes she can save Nick, but belief doesn't guarantee survival. In the coming days, choices will be made that cannot be undone. Trust will be tested, loyalties will fracture, and for Nick, the battle between pride and vulnerability may determine not only his future but the fate of everyone who loves him. Because in Genoa City, when it rains, it pours, and this storm is only just beginning. Tense Starmer is only just beginning. As if the tension weren't thick enough, subtle signs begin to suggest that Matt Clark's release may be more than a coincidence. A suspicious car idling too long outside the ranch. An anonymous message sent to Newman security hinting that the past always collects its debts. Victor refuses to elaborate, which only fuels Nick's paranoia. Is his father withholding information again, or is Victor himself being outmaneuvered? Nick's sleepless nights worsen. The weight of expectation, being Victor's son, being the protector, being the strong one, presses down until he can barely breathe. In a quiet moment alone, he stares at his reflection and barely recognizes the man looking back. The anger, the exhaustion, the fear, it's all there. Sharon reaches out to Nikki, hoping she might get through to her son in a way no one else can. Nikki is shaken by Matt's release as well, but she sees something deeper in Nick's behavior. She's walked the path of addiction before, she knows the signs, and she knows how quickly things can spiral from manageable to catastrophic. Meanwhile, Devon and Nate finally arrive at the property linked to Victor. What they find only deepens the mystery. Evidence that Lily and the twins were there recently but have already been moved. A child's toy left behind. A half-finished cup of tea. It's proof they're close, but also proof that someone is staying one step ahead. The clock is ticking for everyone. Phyllis continues to alienate the few allies she has left, blind to the possibility that her need for control could cost her Daniel permanently. Billy begins quietly considering an exit strategy, wondering if aligning with her will destroy more than it builds. And Nick stands at a crossroads. He can keep pretending, keep fighting, keep numbing the pain in secret, or he can finally admit that even a Newman can fall. The next move he makes may define not just his own fate, but the future of the entire family.